Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Naveen.
Good morning. Okay. Let me share my screen. Screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. एक second, just a minute. So all joined, right? All have joined, right?
One person is not joined. I think Mohit. He
Okay,
messaged
okay.
in group.
Okay. Okay. So we start our first class of DevOps. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Now we start. See, first of all, we will start from introduction. Okay, so in our syllabus, what we will cover. Okay, what topics we will cover. Okay, and what is our roadmap. Okay, so DevOps introduction. Okay, uh, so development and operation. Okay, it actually consists of two terms, development and operation. Okay, operation means, what is the meaning of operation? Tell me, anyone? Operation in the sense like whatever our manual task we do, okay, that is called operation part. Like server management, okay, deployment, operation, okay, and monitoring. It is actually operation part. Okay, so Linux administration task is nothing but your operation task. Okay, what is the meaning of development? Okay, it means to develop the uh, any application like which is built in any technology. Okay, so like Java, Node.js, okay, Python, whatever technology of front end, back end, that is your part of development. Okay, now here uh, we will create a pipeline, okay, that actually create completely life cycle of your development and operation. Okay, so this one you will understand completely whenever we start our first tool, right? Git we will start, Docker we will start. Okay, so where CI/CD pipeline, continuous integration, we will see like what is the meaning of continuous integration, continuous deployment, delivery. Okay, so this is nothing but your DevOps. Okay, so DevOps actually a completely a automation. So before automation, you need to understand the manual process of everything. Manual process means when like before DevOps, okay, like 10 years you can say, okay, before 10 years, like develop operation team how they are managing. Okay, that you need to understand. If you understand the manual process of every tool, you can learn completely a DevOps. Okay, now we will add here cloud also. Okay, so cloud we will introduction we have in the we have cloud, okay, here in DevOps, and we will learn the complete CI/CD pipeline in DevOps also, with cloud also and without cloud also. Okay, so if suppose like someone don't know about the cloud, okay, so basic understanding we need of cloud. Okay, because without cloud also a DevOps engineer also can work on the DevOps tool. Okay, so many DevOps tools are there, and what is the purpose of every tool, okay, you need to understand. Okay, so first class, second class, or third class, three classes our completely understanding. Okay, and if here first understanding today is on the basic lab setup. Regarding lab setup we will do. Okay, and the next we will understand about front end technology, back end technology, database. Okay, three tier architecture of application architecture we will understand. Then third class our basic cloud, and we will start our Linux. Okay, so here roadmap if you see, so Linux, then shell script. Okay, so here basically a Linux basic command. Here we need to learn the basic command of Linux. Okay, so because every tool we will install in the Linux or Windows machine. Okay, so basically Linux basic command, networking, basic networking concept. Okay, that is actually will it will work as same like in cloud network. Okay, so if you understand the networking, you can understand the cloud networking also. Okay, shell script. Shell script is nothing but automation. Okay, because DevOps is nothing but automation, so it will really help shell script. Okay, so shell script and Python both are actually we use in automation. Okay, एक second. So you started recording 45 minutes before, huh? Who started? Okay. You joined. Okay, okay, okay. एक second. Okay. Then GitLab. Okay. What is the purpose of GitLab? CI/CD pipeline, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, Terraform, cloud platforms. Okay. An introduction about Python. Okay. This is our roadmap. Okay. So if you completely understand every tool, you can run a complete pipeline. Okay, with the, like, if suppose if you don't know Kubernetes, okay, still you can run your pipeline. If you don't know about Terraform, you can learn, you can run your DevOps pipeline. So basically these tool actually uh, add a features, okay, in our pipeline. Okay, every tools. Okay, so many tools are there, like security related tools are not there here, monitoring related tools are not here. Okay, but you can add these tools. Okay, so basic pipeline you need to understand first of all. Okay, first of all basic manual process, then after you need to understand about the basic of pipeline CI/CD, then you can add the other tools also of DevOps. Okay, we will learn. Okay, just this is an introduction our. Okay, okay. Now next our this one is like architecture. Okay, application architecture also we will see. Okay, here. Okay, our main. Okay, our first class we are starting from here. Virtual machines, VM. What is a VM? Okay, and what is physical machines? Okay, here we will see. Okay, so physical machine is nothing but, okay, so everyone actually know this physical machine or virtual machine, I think. Okay, uh, if you have any doubt regarding this architecture, okay, you can let me know. Okay, if you have any issues regarding, because our base is virtual machine. Our completely lab setup will be on virtual machine. Okay, so we will install VMware. Okay, and without cloud we will work. Okay, for some days we will work on without cloud, then we will introduce cloud also in our uh, syllabus. Whenever we are actually learning the DevOps tool, then we will add the cloud also. Okay, so here virtual machine everyone know. Hypervisor we will install on the hardware. Okay, it will virtualize the environment. Okay, so it is compared to physical machine. If you see, one operating system you can install, but here multiple operating system we can install. Okay, that's why we are installing a hypervisor here. Okay, so virtual machine, how to create virtual machine. Okay, so Linux virtual machine we will install in our system. Okay, in your system I think you already have a virtual machine. Okay, anyone who don't have any VMs in your in your laptop, tell me.
Yes, sir, I have virtual machine because
Virtual
previously.
machine if you have. Okay, then Nikhil, I think we installed already.
No, I don't have it yet. I will get it fixed by today or tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, okay, like second, just a minute. Yeah, sorry for delay. Okay, so VM, a virtual machine we're discussing, right? So, एक second. Hypervisor we will use. Okay, so we will use hypervisor that will be installed on our operating system. Okay, like in your laptop, Windows is installed. Okay, maybe Mac will be there. Okay, so there you will install OS level virtualization. Okay, so in Windows VMware we will install. Okay, so after that VMware you will create a virtual machine, and on the top of that virtual machine we will install the Linux operating system. Okay, so you can practice on Linux. Okay, and you can install the whatever the tool we required, okay, to learn the DevOps. Got it? So so I have installed already in my system VMware virtualization. Okay, so like here difference is multiple operating system we have. Okay, so we can install here dual boot also in our base machine. Okay, but at a one time one operating system will be boot. Okay, that's why we are installing virtualization. Okay, like that VMware Workstation Pro. Okay, so after installation you can create a virtual machine like that. So we have three VMs. Okay, all are Linux VMs. Okay, we can start one VM.
Naveen, I have a question. Like,
Yeah, tell me, please.
yeah, see, this is a first class for me.
Hmm.
So if one VM is down, it will not impact the other VM, right? Uh,
In VM virtualization.
yeah, in VM virtualization. So you said
Yeah.
multiple OS we can install and it will share the memory. Suppose it is
Hmm.
of 64 GB RAM and we have
Yeah.
multiple applications. Yeah, RAM will get shared based on the load. That is what I understood. So if I suppose one out of these four, if suppose the second one is down for some reason, it will not impact the other three, right?
Yeah, it will not impact because these are isolated. Okay,
Okay.
these are isolated operating system. Okay,
Oh.
one operating system is running Linux, another operating system may be running with Windows, another operating system may be running with Ubuntu, another distribution of Linux machine. Okay, so
Mm.
that's why we are installing here virtualization. Okay, like in our lab setup or in our like DevOps pipeline, we need two VMs. Okay, suppose three VMs we need. One VM is your controller or maybe something, and one VM is server, one is VM is client. Okay, so three VMs. In that case, we will use this virtualization and we can set up a lab with the three VMs, and three VMs are inside a one network. Okay, same
Okay.
like our cloud network, same like that. Okay,
Okay.
you can practice on cloud VMs also, but here the problem is virtual machine. If it is there in your laptop, you can you can shut down, you can work rework again. Okay, you can practice on the virtual machine again.
Yeah. Understood.
That's why we are actually locally we are doing setup. Okay,
Understood.
some
Yeah.
others actually works on the cloud. Okay, but here the purpose of virtualization virtual machine create is we can we can save our work completely throughout completely 2 months 3 months. Okay,
Got it. Yeah.
yeah, so it is easy to set up. The virtualization is very easy. One problem maybe you can face in new maybe old hardware if you have, then virtualization technology should be enabled in your base operating system. Like
Mm.
laptop BIOS is there. Okay, so their virtualization technology should be enabled so that it will create a virtual machine. It will allow the virtualization. Otherwise, you can't run virtual machine. Okay, but in the new technology laptop, okay, VT is enabled already. Okay, so if you face suppose any VT related issue, okay, let me know. We can resolve the issue with the BIOS. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So here like virtual machine is running. Okay. So our base operating system, virtual operating system will be Ubuntu. Okay. So complete our syllabus, we will use Ubuntu operating system. Okay. You know about Ubuntu. It is nothing but a Linux operating system. Okay. And it is a open source community version Ubuntu. Okay, in industry we use Red Hat also. Okay, licensed versions of Linux operating system also we use. Okay, but here we can use Ubuntu because if you work Ubuntu you can work on Red Hat also, no problem. Okay, so you can log in and you can work. Okay, so tomorrow we can start the basic commands. Okay, which the basic commands, basic working of Linux that will actually really work in DevOps. Okay, and if you work you can learn. Okay, maybe I think you have a experience with Linux. Okay, and basic command I will share you. Okay. Okay, now we'll move to another topic. Okay. Okay, this is also a architecture of virtualization. Okay, but the difference is here is directly on the base operating, directly on the hardware it will installed. Okay, so in our data centers, okay, in data centers we use this type of hypervisor. Okay, that will install on directly on the hardware. Okay, and then same here also, multiple VMs you can create, multiple virtual machines you can create here also. Okay, so this is also another type of hypervisor. Okay, this is containerization, so we will learn, okay, virtual machines and containerization in Docker. Okay, but this is the our first of all you need to understand the basic application architecture. Okay, because this is the base of your DevOps completely. Okay, then we will move to containerization. Okay, if you can learn manual process, containerization you can learn. Okay, so containerizations we will move. Okay, but this is a our next topic. Okay, so we will not discuss here right now. Okay, we will discuss the virtualization only. Okay, so come here, virtualization. So uh, we'll discuss now. Okay, any application if you want to run. Okay, so how you run the application. Okay, generally you tell me application if you want to run. Okay, you need is first of all a virtual machine or a base hardware, there you will install. Okay, correct. So here you see virtualization. Infrastructure means your base hardware, operating system is there, hypervisor we installed. Okay, on the top of that guest operating system means a virtual machine is there. Okay, then On the top of that, we will install the libraries, some binaries we will install, okay, for that application, and then our application will work. Okay, this is regarding the servers. Okay, so we will understand the server also. What is the servers? Okay, difference between the server services, everything that will come in the application architecture, it will come. Okay, but basic application running, just binaries libraries you installed on the operating system, and then application is running. Okay, so if you see here application A and application B, okay, those application are different application and running on the same hardware. Okay, because of operating system is different, these application are isolated already. Okay, so if you understand this concept, you can understand the containerization also. Okay, when we will discuss the containerization Docker, okay, you can understand. Okay, but before that you have to clear this concept. Okay, um, application, how application we can run on without Docker, without anything, and without any containerizations on base virtual machine. Okay, okay, so installation of virtualization is very easy. You can download the VMware. Okay, you have to go to first of all VMware workstation. Okay, then you can download from this tag spot. Okay, from here you can, okay, here download, just download and install, and then you have a dashboard like that, and you have to create a virtual machine. Okay, now in this virtual machine, which one operating system we will install? Okay, so here we have Ubuntu. Okay, okay, so here server version we will install. This is a lightweight of Linux. Okay, here, so 3 GB. Okay, this one also you download. Okay, so today your task is download the Ubuntu. Okay, download from here. Okay, once downloaded, we will install in the this operating system in the virtualization environment. Okay, so here how to install, then you have to create a new VMs, new virtual machine. Okay, like that. Okay, yes, so here this is ISO image of your operating system. You have to browse the this image of Ubuntu. Okay, so like that you have to open. Okay, then you have to install. Okay, so everything is virtual here in virtual environment, so obviously your your resources also virtualized. Okay, so see, like same like your physical machine. In your physical machine, hardware is your RAM, CPU, hard disk, right? Physically. Okay, same like here in virtualization environment, every virtual machine have a virtual hardware. Okay, because virtualization environment create a virtual machine. Okay, so here memory, processor, hard disk, CD drive, network adapters, your network hardware, sound card, whatever, everything is virtualized. Okay, so you can mention here which where amount of memory you have to give, processor you have to give. Okay, number of CPUs, how much you will give to this virtual machine. Okay, you can give. Okay, so my current VM hardware is like that. like that. Okay, so after that you can run. So installation is simple, like you installed the any operating system like Windows, Linux, any operating system you install on base hardware, okay, base operating system, same like that here we will install the OS on the VM. Okay, after the installation you will see like that console, and we will access this VM. Okay, now how to access the VM? Simple. This is the console access of virtual machine. Okay, in the screen you have seen, right? That is console access. We will get the IP address of the VM. Every virtual machine have IP address because all VMs will be in some network. Okay, that is virtual network. Okay, that created by VMware. So here IP address, what IP address we are getting for this VM? This is the 192.168.92.133. Okay, because our network is inside our network in virtualization, it is network is 192. You can see here ENS33 network adapter, and you can see. So putty putty tool is used to access the SSH connection. Okay, every virtual machine, Linux virtual machine, if you want to access remotely, okay, this is a console access. Whatever you are seeing, right, you can work on console directly. Okay, but if machine is somewhere, is machine is a remote location, then how you will work on that VM? Obviously we will take a remote connection. Like a Windows machine, we access the RDP, remote desktop connection, right? So same like that. But how you will access? Network IP address. So we have IP address of virtual machine. So I will type here 192.168.92.133. Okay, port number is 28 because we are accessing the VM on port number 22 SSH connection. Okay, and we will connect. Yes. So username, password you will give while installation. Okay. So if you have any doubt in the installation, okay, you can share your screen. Okay, we will see any issues, whatever. Okay. So here login as we have a user Naveen, and password we have given already while installation. Okay, now we can access. So this is remote access and this is console access. Okay, so benefit of remote access is means you can copy the commands directly on the terminal. Okay, it is a terminal. Okay, terminal means where we will run the commands. Okay, on the operating system. Okay, so this is the terminal access. Okay, so command, it is server version, so there is a no GUI. Okay, so graphical user interface is not there in our Linux virtual machine. Okay, because here server version you installed, Ubuntu server version you installed. Okay, so see here Windows machine, your Windows machine have graphical access, but the you can run still command also. How we will run the commands on Windows? Anyone? Windows operating system same like Linux operating system. Okay, but you are working on Windows graphically. Okay, so you can work on like that, simple, any folder if you want to create, simple like that. But if you want to give the give the task to operating system, you can give with command line also. So here Windows PowerShell is there. Yes or no? PowerShell. My keyboard is not working sometime.
Does it support all the Linux commands? Does it
Hmm.
just
So see, PowerShell PowerShell actually if we install SSH, okay, uh, then it will work. Okay, with SSH commands. Okay, it is a PowerShell for Windows only. It is a PowerShell for Windows. Okay, so here, if you are talking to Windows machine, you are graphically you can work, you can talk to Windows operating system with command line. So this is the PowerShell. Command prompt is also there, CMD. Okay, same like here, Linux, we have SSH connection and we are accessing with putty. Okay, so any doubt, first of all, tell me here.
You said SSH connection, right? Wow. How
Hmm.
did we, what is that SSH connection? How did we navigate? This
Hmm.
command prompt, which is looking like this, is called SSH connection, is it?
Yes. So here, see this VM we installed where in our base operating system,
Oh, base
correct?
machine.
In our
Yeah. Yeah.
laptop, correct? So right now, actually, I am in front of this VM. Okay, so we can
Mm.
work without also directly this VM. See, here we can run the command. Okay, so example, we want to run commands pwd. Okay, if you want to run command mkdir something, we can
Mm.
run directly on this VM. Okay, but why we need a remote connection? Remote connection is nothing but a to access the command line. Okay, remotely means we want to run a command, so we can run commands on another shell of the same operating system, same server. Okay, so that's why we are running, we are using a putty, and in the putty we mention the IP address, username and password of that VM. Okay, and then we are accessing. So see here, same it is there, Naveen at the rate VM1, and here Naveen at the rate VM1. We can move to root. So sudo -i we can use, and 1 2 3 4. Wow, my password. See here. So root at the rate VM1, root at the rate VM1. Both are the same. You can run here also command. Okay, that will work. Here also you can run command, that is same. Okay, so one is direct access, another is remote access. Any doubt? Hmm? So how we are accessing this VM remotely, that is called SSH. SSH is secure shell connection. Okay, so this one we will discuss this whenever we access, we will learn the server things, right? Server, what is a servers, how the server work actually. Okay, there you it will be clear. Okay, server things we will see na then. Okay, so understood na. Now here now we are will will discuss about another things topic, that is sorry okay, what is server? Okay, because you need to understand first of all these server things, then we will move to application architecture. Okay, then we will start Linux basic command and we will go ahead like that. Okay, what is server? Okay, tell me whatever you have ideas about servers. Anyone?
Mm. A place where multiple operations can be done.
Mhm.
Mm. It is my understanding.
Okay, see here your laptop is like a server. Okay, so any hardware, okay, See, definition is any hardware where operating system is running, that is called server. Okay, so your laptop is like a server. Okay, but difference between your laptop and server, some difference is there. Okay, that you will see here. Okay, so server is nothing but your operating system. Any operating system that is running, okay, with hardware, we can say server. Okay, but it is actually a server. So I will say no. Okay, because it is not serving. It is not serving to others. Your laptop operating system is running in your laptop. Okay, Windows operating system is running, and here a paint application is also a running. Yes, in the machine something is running. Okay, some process is running, processor running the process. Okay, and my applications, my processes are running. Okay, you can see here desktop task manager. Okay, so task manager, if you open in any windows, so many tasks are running, so many processes are running. Who is actually processing? CPU is processing. Okay, in your RAM. Okay, now these applications is not for purpose for serving the other things. Okay, that's why it is not a server. Okay, if Google Chrome is an application, it is running, but the purpose of the Google Chrome is browse only. Okay, it is not serving to others. Okay, so here our main goal is to understand the server. Okay, server is same like operating system, some processes are running, but the 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 difference is that application will serve. That's why the name is server. Okay, so who will serve? The services. Now what is the services? Services is nothing but application. Okay, so now we will come slowly to application architecture. Okay, our application, okay, some application is running, but we actually think about that. Okay, how application is running in the server. Okay, okay, because if you learn these things, okay, that will be easy to understand the other tools of DevOps completely. Operation development, everything you will easily you can understand, but here this is the base that I am telling you completely. Okay, so first of all I will take a one operating system. Okay, which operating system it is? After VMware installation you will install Ubuntu. Okay, so after installation it is a Ubuntu Linux OS. Okay, and this is the VM virtual machine. Correct. Now it is a server, but you can say this is a blank server. Here nothing is running. Yes. Okay, whenever you run something, then it will become a server. Keep in mind always. Ubuntu, you launch Ubuntu machine in the cloud, you launch a Windows machine, Windows server in the cloud or in on premises or any data centers. It is a server, but it is a blank server. Then blank server, what we will use here? We will run our application inside the virtual machine or inside the server. Okay, so this is a blank server right now, but according to our requirement, we will make we will make this server as a particular server, like purpose of that server. So this is the server. Every server have a hardware, yes, because operating system is installed on hardware. It is a physical hardware or it is a virtual hardware, whatever, but it is a virtual hardware. Okay, So virtual hardware, CPU, yes, RAM, yes, hard disk, okay, GPU, okay, whatever we have. Okay, so here already a operating system is there. Okay, we have installed now, right? So here Ubuntu OS. Okay. Okay, so now here different type of servers are available. Okay, here right now it is a blank server. Okay, but you need to learn. Okay, you like after the finishing the classes, our class, you try to learn how many different type of servers are available and how we will make those type of servers. Okay, so one important, very important server is in our DevOps or any field if you go. Okay, that is called web server. Okay, correct. So 80% servers are web server only. Okay, so what is the definition of web server? Anyone? Okay, server definition, it is clear. Okay, now a server is nothing but operating system. Okay, and some services are running on the server. Okay, that is serving. Okay, okay, that is a server. Hmm? Web means web application. Web application means website. Okay, so whenever we see any website on the browser, okay, if you open browser, see here, this one you can see ubuntu.com something, whatever domain it is running. Okay, yes, so every website or web application, okay, web application means that is running on web. Okay, so web application that is running on every machine, every web application running on some web URL. Okay, so this is some application, okay, that is running on the server, that is called web server. Clear? Web server definition. Hello.
Yes. Web server is a cloud server. Can we say like that? It's on the cloud.
No, see here, cloud server. Okay, your doubt is web server is every server can be on the cloud. Got it? See here, this VM, virtual machine, maybe in your laptop, maybe in somewhere, some in another laptop, maybe on the AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. Okay, so their
Yes.
server will be Ubuntu. Okay, now that server you will make mail server, that you will make web server, that you will make that server is database server, that is your choice. Okay,
Mhm.
but all servers will be cloud server, all server, cloud server. So if the VM is running on the cloud, then it is a cloud server. But that server is web server or database server, that is, we will see inside what is running.
Okay.
Okay, if it is web server, then some web application is running. If it is database server, then database service is running. Okay, because according to services, we have divided the servers. Okay, so
Okay.
different type of server you try to learn. Okay, you Google the different type of servers. Okay,
Mm.
but our main server is web server, because that is very important here. Okay, in DevOps, that is web server. Okay, how actually it works, you need try to understand. Okay, web server means that is serving the web content, then we can say that is web server. Okay, your laptop is not serving, so it is a not server. But whenever your laptop will serve to others web content, then it will become a web server.
Mhm.
Okay,
Understood.
now here this is a blank server, but we will install. So web server, how will make some services?
Mm.
Okay, some services we will run on those server, then it will become a web server. Okay, so now how we will make web server? So here my answer is Apache. Apache is a web server. You have to install the services. Now we are talking about services, right? So Apache is nothing but web server. Okay,
Okay.
okay, and it is running. If it is running, then we can say it is a web server. Okay,
Mm.
now how it will work? Okay, now question is, okay, see here client will request. Okay, because server will actually serve the pages, okay, to the n number of client. Okay, so now here this is the client. Okay, client means browser, you can say. Client means browser, web browser. This web browser, whenever you will hit what you are hitting here right now, see here you are hitting this, right? So I'm hitting here. So whenever you hit the URL, okay, this page is coming or not? Yeah, tell me. This page on the browser, some page is coming. We are scrolling this page, but actually this page is coming from which server? Tell me.
Server.
Web server. Web server. This page is coming from. So pages are stored on which server? The web pages. Whatever you are seeing here, this is nothing but this page. Whatever I am scrolling this page, that is the web pages. But these pages are stored on the web server. That's why it is coming from that location. Okay, so here web web pages. Okay, now whenever someone want to request the pages, okay, it will go to request will go to towards the server. Okay, please show me the pages, please. I want to get the pages. So server will first of all listen the request. Okay, this is called server client model. Whatever I am telling you, this is called server client model, and server client model is same for every server. Like if it is a database server, it is a mail server, it is a file server, whatever, the model concept is same compared to web server. Same. If you understand web server, you can understand database server also working. So client will request to server, it will go towards to the server using the IP address, and it will request. Okay, So it is called request. Okay, who will request? Client will request. Who will respond now? Server will respond to client. Okay, so what actually it will respond? Tell me. The pages, web pages, because it is stored on the Ubuntu machine server, web server. Okay, and it will serve. That's why here you are seeing this page. Okay, so mechanism of web server understood. What is web server? Yes, yeah, no,
Yes.
tell me. Okay.
Yes. Now,
Okay,
one doubt.
so tell me.
Yeah. This text
This,
part website you said, right, where we have to download the
mm,
thing, right? But
yes,
there are multiple options are there. Which one we have to download actually? Uh, Multiple workstation options are there.
एक second. Which one I will have to download? Wait. Okay. So here, server version you are right now and download option. Just click
This is
download.
this is clear. The previous one in the same browser, first sheet is there. No?
Okay, okay, okay.
VMware. This
VMware,
is the
okay,
base.
VMware. So in VMware, all are Windows, okay, and are these for Windows. You can download now, or you can 7.6.4. This one, latest one.
Okay, okay,
If you
okay.
click,
Thank you.
okay. So this is the exe file, okay, of virtualization. Just you have to run, and it will install. Okay. Okay. Now we are requesting, it is responding. If we are requesting, it is responding. Okay. Now it is a web server because it function. This server function is to serve the pages to the client. So worldwide it is serving. That's why if anyone want to access this URL in the browser, whatever, the page will be open. But it is coming from the some servers. Okay, and like a web server. Okay. Now we will run those type of application. Our main purpose, main goal is the DevOps engineer actually main goal is to run those type of application on the server. Okay, so who will develop the application? Developer develop the application, correct? So web application means your web pages will develop, who will create those pages? The developer team will create the pages. Now DevOps engineer task is those pages will be on the web server. They will they will keep the pages on the web server, and they will serve those pages to the client. This is the DevOps engineer task, or you can say operation engineer. So operation engineer actually install the Ubuntu, okay, and after that it will install the Apache, and after that it will the web pages the developer will develop. Okay, those pages it will they will keep on those on the server, and then our page will be served by the web server. Okay. Okay, now we'll uh, discuss about the application architecture. Okay. We'll save this one. It web server architecture. Okay. Okay. Application. Application architecture. What is application architecture? What do you understand by that? Okay. So here, execute. This is database. Okay. So we'll make like that database also. Okay. Okay, web application we discussed already. What is web application? Okay, so web application, web server we'll discuss how the web server actually serve the pages on the client so that we are accessing the page on the browser. So whenever someone hit the ubuntu.com, okay, some page will be served by the web server. Okay, but now these pages the developer will develop, okay, that is the static pages, but our application, our web application is sometimes dynamic also. Okay, dynamic means, okay, there are two type of application in the world. Okay, two type of application. First is static application, another is dynamic application. Like e-commerce platform, if you open, hmm, so this type of application, okay, that is running on the browser, right? Okay, so that's why it is a web application, because it is running on the web browser. This web application, whenever we are hitting flipkart.com, it is reaching to web server, and web server is serving, that we understood. Okay, but this type of application is dynamic. Why it is dynamic application? Anyone? What is the meaning of dynamic application? Hmm?
Because the content will change
Correct.
every time.
Content
Yeah.
is changing. If it is static, means nothing will change. There is a no login screen. There is a no like uh, content is not changing. Like our product, we are searching the product. Okay, so product, whenever we put any product like mobile, okay, so mobile is coming, and our content, our page is changed completely. So that is the e-commerce platform dynamic. So dynamic application actually nothing but connected to database. So database server we will learn, okay, because uh, we need to set up a complete application like that. Database also there. Okay, we will run those type of application with the database. So a login screen, okay, in simple language, login screen is there. Okay, so it is a dynamic. If there is a no user interface, okay, no user interaction, there is a no user interaction, it means static application. So we have a static application also, we will run those type of application also. Okay, dynamic also, both. Okay, so those application is dynamic, but how actually it is working, we need to understand. Okay, so whenever someone login, okay, a new user or whatever, suppose I am new user and I want to purchase on some, exactly why this one not new customer, sign up, correct? So sign up new user will okay, then this type of application, dynamic application, use database. And now every web application, okay, listen carefully, every application is, first of all, first part is front end, okay, another part is back end, every application, okay. This type of application, it is a front end back end, because login screen is there, it means dynamic application, means backend will be there, okay. If there is a static, there is a no backend, okay. Simple language if I tell, these applications also have front end. So front end means whatever you are seeing on the web browser, okay, that is called front end, okay. So here a login bar is there, okay, and logo is there, okay. Here ad, we are seeing here ads are there, okay. Downloads now is button is there, so it is a user can see is front end completely. Now what is backend now? So backend, that is a, whenever we try to interact the application, okay, and data it will process, it will fetch the data from the database and it will show on the front end, okay. Got it? Okay, so I will give you example simple, okay. Now here, whenever new user comes, okay, a sign up screen is there, okay. So sign up screen is there, okay. So here, first of all, user will come from here, एक second, okay. This is the user, this user comes for sign up, correct, and it will go to web application. So it is a front end, and this is back end, and this is database. So database is there, that's why it's a dynamic, because database store the data, okay, in a structure format, okay, and database is there, it means backend will be there. Backend is database, we say, we call it backend is database. So whenever someone user comes to sign up, front end developer, see here developer also different. Now if any developer knows every technology, that is full stack developer. Full stack developer means who knows the front end technology, who knows the back end technology and database also, and even now DevOps technologies also. DevOps technology means who will set up complete architecture, set up for servers, that is the operation with operation team means. So they have a knowledge of Git, they have a knowledge of basic of servers, how the servers works. So full stack developer. So front end developer is actually dedicated to front end only. Okay, they will create the web pages, okay, everything. Now backend means they will server side scripting they write, like PHP, Java, okay. So here Java, PHP, .NET, Python, okay. because they work closely with the database. How the data will be fetched from the database and how to write the data in the database, then who is the responsible person? Backend, backend developer. Now front-end developer is just for user interface, user experience, how the data they will show to a front end. So that is dedicated developer is front end. So front end developer actually show the data. Okay. So tell me any languages they will work like Node, JS. So Node.js works with backend also and front end also both. Okay. HTML, CSS. Okay. JS like that. So whenever user will come, okay. So user is coming now. User is coming whenever they will enter the mobile number. Okay. Now front end it will take that mobile number and then backend side they will process, okay, in the backend technology, and they will write the mobile number, correct, in database. Okay, like that they store. Next time whenever existing user will come, first of all user will come front end, they will type existing user mobile number, OTP, password, everything backend will process. Then backend will process and it will check to database this user is exist or not. If the user is not exist, it will give the response to front end. Please show the not found something. Okay, same like that. Whenever a real user is there, then front end will give to response to backend. Backend will check the number, mobile number or email address in database. If user is exist, it will show the response login is successful. Like that process is called this complete architecture. Okay, application architecture. Those type of application, you the DevOps engineer will run those type of application on the architecture. Okay, like Docker, Kubernetes, using Ansible, like that. So we will actually use those type of tool to make completely automate process. So manual process you try to learn for 10 days, manual process, then you will automate. Okay, so today for enough I think. Okay, then you just ready with VMware virtual machine. Okay, then we will learn tomorrow. Any doubt?
Can you show me the picture that what you made now in the paint?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, like that. So
Yeah.
here you can, okay, so in database so many database are available.
Okay.
MySQL, MS SQL, NoSQL. Okay, so
Mhm.
the developer will choose the database and technologies, and our application is completely built in this format.
Okay. Thank you.
Database. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so ready with VMware installation. Okay, we will run basic commands. Okay, and then we will start our Git. Okay, how Git is working, how actually really help uh, Git to developer. Okay, okay, so that we will understand completely. Okay, then we will start Docker. First of all, we will start a Git, then we will start Docker. Okay.
Okay. And the class is from 9:30 to 10:30, right?
9 to 10. Okay.
9 to 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So today only it is from 9:30. Yeah.
Yeah, because today is first class, so our
Okay.
flow will be there.
No worries. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Thank you. Any doubt, Nikhil? Yeah,
So for Git and like, what are the other software which I will need to install? That was one question.
Come again. What are the
Other
software?
softwares which I will need to install
Okay.
apart from VMware.
Okay. So here Git you installed. Okay. Git and VMware. Yeah, these two actually tool we will actually run on our Windows machine. Otherwise, other software that we will run in Linux only. So there is no permission issues. Okay, like Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, everything we will install on Linux. Okay, so Git and VMware. Okay, so you take permission and try to install VMware.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.